Hey guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Welcome back to my channel, and thank you for allowing me to be part of your day. I'm not sure what's going on here, to be honest with you, but I tell you, it's all mine, and I'm grateful. It's a little wild. I'll probably get a haircut soon, though I think it's just a bad hair day. I'm not sure about it. Guys, you're not here to talk about that. All you by proxy one skippers, thank you so much for skipping with 1 foot only and just 1 foot only. It's 5:30 Wednesday, December 18th, 2024. Guys, somebody sent me something and I thought, no way. And then I looked it up and it was like, oh shit. So Variety magazine says that My Time to Stand is the #1 best-selling book on Amazon. Why is that? Because it's 99 cents for an audio and people are buying it as a joke. Guys, this book, and I've been reading it, you guys know, at 2 o'clock every day we meet. I read the book. It's hard for me to keep a straight face half the time because it is a joke. But this whole thing has caused an issue and a stir and a movement, perhaps, that could be a good thing. So there's a few good things that need to be brought up that are now being brought up. And one of those things is Dee Dee's legacy, who Dee Dee Blanchard was. You know, we thought and we were told that she was this horrific person with Munchausen. And then when we dig into it, because of Gypsy's own untruths, we find out, oh, maybe that's not true. Maybe the worst thing Dee Dee ever did was malinger. Maybe the worst thing Dee Dee ever did was be a con artist. That's a far cry from Munchausen by proxy. And it's a far cry from ABUSING. Now, in Morbid's Live, and I'm a fan of Morbid, you guys know that. In Morbid's Live, he makes a comment saying he really didn't need to know about Gypsy's medical records. Well, we do need to know about them, and the reason is maybe not so much for what Morbid was talking about at the time, and I'm not a fan of fancies. But we do need to know about the medical records because that proves that the things that were done for Gypsy medically were necessary, not any abuse from the mom. So Dee Dee, all the things that were done with Gypsy were needed. So this Munchausen by proxy, that throws everything off. So that's a really important fact. Maybe not so much in what Morbid was talking about, but certainly a lot in Gypsy's defense and in the legacy of Dee Dee Blanchard, who was a mother who was trying to struggle. And yes, she was a con woman, but did she hurt anybody? Did she go out? Did she have that really dark side to her? Or was she like a Robin Hood? Was she like a Robin Hood? It doesn't make it right. But there's a total difference in somebody ABUSINGing their daughter and somebody conning to give their daughter everything. There's a big difference there. What Gypsy says was her mom, ABUSING'd, basically used her as a guinea pig to get things. And that's why she unalived her. Because in something I read, she actually said something to the effect of, I needed to get out of there. I was afraid with one more surgery I might never walk again, or I might never do this again. That's all bullshit. Because everything that Gypsy had done to her was needed. Now, none of us content creators agree on everything, but we agree on that. Becca Scoops agrees on that. Fancy agrees on that. I agree on that. Nina agrees on that. Morbid agrees on that. Excuse me. Every content creator that has dug a little bit agrees on that. So, Gypsy's bullshit of lies has got to be falling apart at this part of the game because it is hard for people to hang on to something that now everybody is talking about and saying, oh man, we got that wrong. Oh man, we got that wrong. Oh man, we got that wrong. The bookstore that held the thing was a set. We know that. I said that before. They took her books off the shelf. I'm telling you, people are buying this. It's the audiobook of Gypsy is 99 cents. If you're a Prime member. 99 cents. So come on. Seriously?
First degree murder is first degree murder. That's why I never understood what's the importance of Fancy. So what? She leaked medical records. I didn't need to see those medical records because Gypsy Rose already committed first-degree murder. She premeditated it for years. She tried multiple times before. I don't need to see her medical records to know she's guilty of first-degree murder of her own mother. So that's why I was questioning the other night on the live stream. What is the significance of Fancy? I never needed to see those records.
So another thing that came up in Morbid's panel and Morbid's live was Gypsy Rose grows wild. So she is a content creator, as we know, that lives on the bayou about 20 minutes from the Blanchard house. She's somebody that I've spoken about and I have no issues with. I think I don't know where she's lying. I haven't seen her lie. I don't know. However, I will say that I think that there was some sort of misunderstanding, because when there's a lot of people talking, and Morbid was saying, hey guys, let's try. And I have to say this. I want to say this. I like Morbid. I like going on his panel. I think he's fair. I think that there are jokes that people say, and they're on the verge of offensive and non-offensive, and I don't know what to do or say about that. That's not Morbid. That's not his panel. That is the way it is right now in this time frame. But there are people, including myself, that find some jokes funny that might be offensive. And my knee-jerk reaction might be to laugh. I'm a huge fan of Archie Bunker, but I'm not prejudiced. I think that you could be both. I think that there is two.
The way that 5 cops pull you over while speeding. 5 cops? I've never been in a situation like that. And getting taken out the car and detained in handcuffs. Never. Not for a speeding ticket, or even heard of anybody getting.
If they smelled weed in the car, that gives them probable cause.
And that's why I said it was
in a. You have a weapon, so that is proper procedure for them to take you out of the car and put you in handcuffs. Like there's nothing.
You were trying to make it. You were trying to make it out to be something that it's not.
Yeah,
you are. Yeah, you are. Y'all been waiting for a moment to do something like this, and I came out to TikTok to say how I felt about everything. I have been honest about everything. I regret fucking doing that. You know why? Because look at how everybody has turned it around into something that.
Okay, so Ivy, let's calm down.
Not everybody.
I don't think everybody's trying to turn it around. Okay, all right.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Some people.
Chill out for a bit. Now, I give you the benefit of the doubt.
Morbid, it's upsetting because I'm telling y'all the truth. I'm telling you the truth.
I understand that, and I'm not saying that.
And then I'm also telling y'all how I felt when that happened.
Okay.
So,
but if I could get this,
I'm gonna hop off if that's okay, Morbid. If that's okay with you.
Can I just ask you something before you hop off here?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna let you speak in a moment here. So Ivory. The marijuana, the speeding ticket, or the speeding or whatever, the gun, that's all irrelevant. I think it's not relevant to the lawsuit, correct? I guess people want to know the substance of the lawsuit, the reason behind it. Why do you need $20,000? And if the retainer's 10, why don't we start with 10 first and then present the information? Why are you suing, or who are you suing? What are the plans?
Everybody's been telling me to get a lawyer with all this crap that's been going on behind.
Who will you sue? Who will you go after with the lawsuit or with the?
Yeah, what is the plan that you've initiated to get it started?
That's what I need. That's what the lawyer would be for, to figure out which one it would be totally responsible for what's happening.
And so with Ivy Rose Grows Wild, what she's saying is that she went to this event. Prior to going to this event. So now, guys, there was a whole conversation about Ivy Rose Grows Wild and what was going on there. So, Ivy Rose for a long time has been saying that she has been harassed and treated unfairly by people in the bayou and people outside the bayou, and people not trusting her, and people trying to, defame her credibility. And, I followed her. And she's the woo-woo, she's your woo-woo bestie. And, I don't know what's true or what's not true. I believe she lives in the bayou. I believe that she was trying to report on everything. I believe that her frustration is completely legitimate. And I believe that that's the way she feels. Now, she gets pulled over on the way back with her husband from this event, and she feels like she's being targeted. Now, the reason she feels like she's being targeted is because she's already been targeted, and that's already in her head, right? So we know that. And then she looks and says that there's 5 police cars that go to pull her over. Why would 5 police cars pull her over? Which increases more of what the fuck is going on here. She already feels like she's being targeted. Now she definitely feels like she's being targeted. So he's got a gun, which I guess is registered to him because the police give it back, and there's weed in the car. And that's not okay in Louisiana. It is here. Come here, Gypsy Rose grows wild. So, but it's all, closed up. So I don't know if the guy smoked before and the cops smelt it. They got pulled over for speeding. However, she said, listen, we were speeding, but we were speeding with traffic. It's not that we were speeding any faster than the cars next to us. We were going just as fast as the cars next to us, which everybody was speeding, but we got pulled over. They get in the back of the cop car, I guess, so that they're talking and stuff. They're in the back of the cop car going through everything in her car or his car, the husband's car, and they find that Ivory R goes across some sort of ticker in the car, some navigational thing, and it gets pointed out, and she feels, holy shit, I was targeted. This is about me being targeted. So she feels that way. She decides, maybe I should get a lawyer. Now things are getting really real. Maybe I should get a lawyer. So in my opinion, all that happened with Ivory Rose Grows Wild is she kind of did things backwards. Like she said, I've never done this before, she said to Morbid. And she clearly says, I don't know who I'm suing. I don't know what I'm doing. More or less, she needs protection. She needs advice. So Ivory Rose Grows Wild, you need to go sit down with a lawyer. Tell a lawyer what's going on. And ask them how they can help you and what the retainer would be. And then you come back to your GoFundMe or however you're going to do it, and you say, this is what I did. And you show that receipt of how much it would be. And then you try to get people to help you with that. Okay, and they will say what the lawsuit's about, what the lawyer's going to do, what they're helping you pay for. She just doesn't know. Like she said, she's never done that before, but that's okay. Guys, it's very important to have these panels to talk, but to let each other talk. And it's hard when we feel passionate and we maybe get a vibe from somebody that, oh, well, I don't know that I like this person or whatever. But the main goal here really is, is Dee Dee. I mean, the main goal is Dee Dee, because Gypsy has taken her mom's legacy and thrown it away. Now, a few months ago, I started talking about that, how bad that was, not only to MURDER and plant it, but to take the memory of your mom and throw it away. Everybody has gotten here. There are people that got here before I got here about Dee Dee's legacy, but the main thing is we're here now. And we want to do something to preserve her legacy, to show her in the light that she was. Not to make up something, not to make her a saint, but to do that. As far as Nick's concerned, I don't think Nick should be walking the streets. Never thought Nick should be walking the streets. And I don't think Nick should be walking the streets now. But he deserves a fair trial. He'll never get another trial, but he should get a reconsideration of what's going on with him. Okay, so a reconsideration of his sentencing, and let them decide. Maybe there is a halfway house for Nick with some sort of supervision, because I totally believe that he would be okay with supervision. I don't think he needs to spend the rest of his life in prison. I think that with some supervision and a step-down program, Nick would be good, as long as people were accountable for him. The thing also about Nick is, it's not just about Nick. It's about people with autism, people with a delayed response and a delayed reaction when it comes to being in a situation that needs an immediate response, an immediate reaction. Okay? Nick should have had a lawyer there. He should have had a lawyer in the presence of that interrogator, of that detective, of that woman who was interrogating him. And that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, is that people with lesser IQs, they need a lawyer. And if they don't have foresight to say, I need a lawyer. Cut the interrogation. You see that there's an issue here. You see it's not fair. You see, if he had his wits about him, he'd get me a lawyer. Get a lawyer for him. So see what I'm saying? It's just like we have to be more patient with people that have disabilities and deficiencies. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that Nick should be walking the streets. I'm saying that he should, at least his mitigating circumstances, which were real, should have been taken into account, where her mitigating circumstances, which were fake, were taken into account. And that's what I'm saying. So guys, I hope that I've made clear what I think about everything. And yeah, I figured I would just put that out there. We're going to go over at 9 a.m. today the NPG Cornerstone new video. And at 2 p.m., of course, we're going to continue reading the Gypsy Rose Blanchard book of fiction. All right, guys, this is Issues with Toddy Oneskip. Be better today than you were yesterday. Not half as good as you'll be tomorrow. Always, always be kind. Thanks, guys. Take care of yourselves.
In the kind of situation that he's in, because it's kind of hard, because I want to root for him more, because obviously what Gypsy did to him is awful and is, like I said, very indicative of just how unfair people with disabilities are treated, not just by the justice system, but in general. You don't really even see many people advocating for them like you do LGBT or other groups.